So what we want to do first is use one of the apps that we created earlier. So in Xcode, I want you to open the AI Manager Vision. I repeat, AI Manager Vision, that's the one you need to open. So open the source code, AI Manager, I believe it's that Vision, and you have a zip file too. And inside of that, you have the whole code from what we did in the previous lectures. And what we want to do here is be able to read the text from the screenshot. So when somebody takes a screenshot from Tinder or from Bumble or any other apps, you want to be able to extract the text from that, and you're going to use the Vision framework. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Inside of the AI Manager, we're going to create a new class. So right click on the AI Manager in the Groups and Files tab, and let's add a new file. Add a Swift file, click on Next, and let's name it Text Recognition Manager. That's the main one that's going to recognize the text. Make sure the target is the AI Manager. Click Create. And here we go. Now let's import what we need. We need the Vision Kit. There we go. And we might need the UI Kit. I believe we might need it. So let's create that class. So class Text Recognition Manager. Open and close the curly braces. And let's have a private variable for the text. And the text will be obviously a string. So do an empty string to start with. And let's create the main method, which would be to recognize the text. So func for function, recognize text. And let's do from image. And the image will be a UI image. Those are basic ones. And what do we get in return? Well, we get back a string because we're going to extract the main text, right? And if it's empty, that means that there is no text. So it's complaining because I do not have anything to return yet. That's totally normal. So just for the sake of it, I'm just going to return an empty string. All right. Having said that, let's do a Vision request. So let request is equal to vn request text request. So that would be no, it's vs recognize. That's why recognize text request. That's the one. And open and close the curly brace. And we need an instance. So let's do a weak connection to the current instance. And we need the request. And if there's an error, we get the error back. So request in. And let's make sure self is not empty. So guard let self is equal to self, else we return. Right? Let's see if there's no error. If let error is equal to error, then there's something wrong. Then we just print the error. Print error, and that would be the error, the description. Localized description, there we go. And we return because at this point, if we have an error, we can continue. So we just return. All right. So at this point, we should have the request code that's done. So we would get the results. So for results in, sorry, for the result in results, because the result is an array. So that's what we get. Actually, I don't even have results yet. So I need to, go and fetch it. So guard let results is equal to request dot results. It's already there, but it's better to just cast it here just to make sure that it's working. So that's a recognized observation, recognized text observation, because look, there's other types, right? There's point, there's object. So we want to make sure that it recognizes some text and not an image, right? There we go. Else, then we'll say print text not found. That will do. And at this point, we would return because we have nothing to do here. All right. And now that we have the results, I can use that, and I open and close a curly brace, and I would say guard let candidate, because all of the, I'm not sure that we have the correct text. There's many texts on the on the input. So if you look at the simulator, and for example, you go inside of the photos, let me see if I can just go straight to photos here. Check this out. If you go to photos, look, this image has multiple texts, so it might have even more, some text on the right side, at the bottom, subtitles and things like this. So we want to make sure we get the main text, right? Now, if the user is smart, they would crop and only take the text that they actually need. But sometimes it's better to just try to focus on what the user wants. So let candidate is equal to result dot top candidate. And let's get the first one, dot first. Else, so if there's none, then we continue, because it would go to the next iteration inside of results. And we'll do self.text plus equal candidate dot string. So as a string, and let's put them as a new line, so that we have that done, and they don't touch. There we go. So plus, there we go. That's one way of doing it. And at this point, so we're done with the for loop. We're done here, and then we need to send the request. So request dot recognize level is equal to dot accurate. So we want it as accurate as possible. Then the language. For now, we're just going to use English, but obviously, there's other languages you want to add. Maybe you want to add Spanish too. So I'm sorry, it's recognized languages, and here we're going to put EN-US, so English from US. By the way, if you're from another, if you use another language, feel free to change it. You can put French or Chinese and so on, or Mandarin, right? And now let's launch that request. Let handler is equal to VN image request handler. And that would be with a CG image. So let's use this one. And how do I get a CG image? Well, I can get it from the image that I pass. So that would be image.cg image. And let's put an exclamation point to force it. I don't really like to force things, but it has to work, right? If there's an image, it has to work. And it's better for you to first, before even sending it to the recognized text, it's better to make sure you have an image first. So, you can do that inside of an if statement. And here, some options for now. I'm just going to leave an empty array. There we go. And I'm going to send it. Do. And a do has a try catch. So I'm going to try handler, which is the request, dot perform. And we're going to perform on the request. So the request that we have here, we send it with the handler. And we have a catch. So that would be this way. There we go. We catch any errors. And that would be print if something is wrong, error. And then we would say error.local description. There we go. And then here we return the text. How do I know return the text? Well, because we have it here, right? So whatever we're getting back, we send it here. There we go. So that's the whole function for recognized text. I know it's a lot, and please take a good look at this. It looks very complicated, and it is. But if you've taken any of my other classes when it comes to vision recognitions, then you should be familiar with that.